This is Lord Mafka, aka Rogan Osrine, and in today's video, I want to talk about we mostly exist only to be tortured. And some people may think that's a very pessimistic and dark statement to make, but it really doesn't matter what they think because, for one, it doesn't change the state of how this world is going. We see more every day within each year as time passes. People are behaving at their worst. There are no more real viable social connections. Everyone is just totally against each other. It's so much evil within the human psyche of most people that you come by that they're always trying to have a vendetta against you. They go out their way to ruin your day. It doesn't matter if you're talking to people at work. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with family, people around you. Everyone is just one big pile of garbage mostly. And what sucks about it is the people that are real and genuine, they're lost. They can't find each other. And even if they're able to connect, there's always something that puts a barrier between those people from being able to interact and have a real human interaction that's genuine because of all the trauma that they've probably went through, all of the issues that we have to go through every day in life and face. And then we're expected to put on a smile and think that everyone is going to accept us all because we fake and go along with being a follower. You know, one of the worst things that can ever happen to you is to be born. And I honestly believe that now. Because when you look at how everything is set up from the time that you're born to be in this state of existence as a human, it's all set up to crush you. It's set up to keep you back, whether it may be physical with being able to have enough wealth to live off of, being able to have a real genuine connection with your family or people around you who don't want to connect you with you at all. Or just in general, you end up getting a physical illness that impairs you to where you can barely do anything in your life. Or if you were crippled emotionally and you have all of these bad memories, all of this punishment that was unnecessary for you to go through, it's all accumulated and you really can't do anything about it. This world is not meant for people that think on a higher level. It's not meant for people that are actually kind and decent. This world turns people that are good into monsters. And that is the whole purpose of this society. It's a soul draining and just a very sickening world we live in. It will hold you in its clutches and it won't let go. It'll devour all of the good aspects about you. And that is just what's so worrying about how the state of the world continues to go. There are no improvements with people's behavior. They are only starting to behave to get worse. All you see are just people fighting. There is no unity. And even when people come together, it's not real. It's not out of them actually trying to be able to make humanity better. It's all geared towards something that is a selfish ideal for themselves to benefit. And then they just screw over the other person who was actually trying to unite with them in a genuine way, maybe. They screw that person over and now that person has become a mini joker. So you see how the problem keeps resurfacing? And you have these people that love to talk about, oh, we need to have more people on the earth, have more kids. This generation needs to make more. When there are so many social issues to where mating is going to be near impossible in the next decade that passes by. Because people have grown too untrusting of each other. There is nothing to build off of when it comes to a social interaction. Talking to people is becoming one of the most worthless things you can do on this earth. Because it's always guaranteed that that person is not going to like you. They're going to treat you like crap. And that's 99% of the time of what's going to happen to you. Especially when you're a guy that's been in this situation for as long as you can remember. If you have always been seen as an outcast, a weirdo, a freak show that no one wants to be around, you never will be loved. You never will be respected. And the only person's validation that you will always need is your own. Because once you accept that those people are never going to accept you, that's when you start to only see the little bit of glimmer of truth of the disgusting, wretched hellhole of a society we live in. Those people aren't going to like you. Don't waste your time talking to them. That person that you're interested in, that love interest, they'll never love you because they only love and care about themselves. Why can't we just admit that it's totally over? We have not progressed anywhere nearly when it comes to setting a real social foundation for people to follow, to actually be good human beings towards each other. We only see people increasing the aggression. They only increase the bigotry, the stereotypes against each other. And you mean to tell me that this species can last? Like, this is a joke. Everything that we do is always geared towards us being re-traumatized. And you never want to be born here, because once you're born here, you've already given up your soul. You're already in hell. So this is why I never understood these religious people who love to talk about an afterlife, about heaven and hell. No, there is no heaven. There's only hell. And we're all there. And most likely there's only hell after. This is how deep the darkness goes. Because just existing itself, having consciousness in anything, is a nightmare. It's devastating. Because once you're aware of the little good things, this is where you become aware of all of the devastation, all of the negativity, all of the issues that come with being aware. You're aware of all of that now. So who in their right mind chose to be born in a place like this? I mean, these people have to get off this copium of there's some higher purpose here. There is no higher purpose here. Don't you see that you were locked away in a physical prison? There is nothing special about being here. Once you get past the whole glamour of wanting acceptance, wanting to get your bodily pleasures met, wanting to go after material, extravagant things, this is when you start to see this world is very constricting. There's nothing much to it, other than just a superficial, artificial way of communicating and interacting with each other. That's it. That's all you're going to get is predeterminism, pessimistic ways that develop from being mistreated, being neglected from the many years of your life. That's the only thing that awaits you when you're born here, mostly. And only some of the few people who are born are only going to be the only people who are able to say, I've had more good experiences that I can look back on to where I can now get through the worst times that start to pop up in my life. And the worst times that came in their life, it really meant nothing because they were able to get out of that smoothly. So it just shows you that you will only have a few percentage of human beings on this planet who have less trauma than other people. And this just shows you the collective of people on this world. They will never be happy people. They'll always be miserable, waking up to a job they hate. And it's done for them. Unless they get lucky and catch a really huge miracle, which is the only way at this point for the stars to align, for them to get everything, they're done. Nothing that they do in their life, any effort they do, is futile. It's worthless. You can't keep lying to yourself when you've had a multitude of experiences that have proved you wrong. Every time you tried to have this optimistic mindset, you have been proven wrong by reality nonstop. So it's time to live in that box. The experiences that have really came to you, they're there for a reason. And we really make our suffering even worse when we lie to ourselves and we neglect that and try to say, oh, it's not like that. No, you already know it's like that because you went through it continuously. What do you mean? You see, you have to start having very critical and just a more harsh way of how you approach life. You can't have anything that is optimistic, anything that's daydream-like. Get rid of that now. Because the more you do that, the more you can get back to being confined by the system of how it's set up for you to be fed off upon. And the last thing you want to be is just another slave following everyone to an early demise, man. You know, everyone else can go walk off that cliff and follow them into the Grand Canyon sunset. But me, I'll just stay on the other side looking. And when the earthquake started to happen and the mountains started to fall apart, that is when I'll accept my fate. But until then, I'm going to keep doing my own thing. Because once you start to do your own thing in life, that's when you no longer care about what goes on with other people. And you shouldn't be concerned about what's going on with other people. You should only be concerned about others when they're trying to intrude on your privacy. Now there is a problem. But other than that, you should be uncaring about what goes on in other people's lives. Especially if they have no type of acquaintance with you, if you're not connected with them somehow and you actually like this person. They have no reason to be in your life or on your mind. You know, everything that is put into place in this world is only meant to hinder you and set you back. Like how we've been set back for all our lives. And it's unforgivable that any creator would make something like this. This is disgusting. To wake up every day and be aware of everything is sickening. Because you're aware of more evil. You're aware of more darker things in life. More than the good. Especially when you've lived a certain life. This is what makes existence so crippling and just so catastrophic to experience. To just be sick right now with this long-going sinus thing. It just shows me how you can do everything in your power, right, to live better. And life will always deny you the chance of improving when you're a certain type of person, because this world is not meant for you. This world is meant for people who are delusional, people who want to be unholy, savages, animals, barbarians. It's meant for them. It's not meant for the people like us who actually want to live a better life. So if you actually want to take back some power, I suggest not trusting anyone, only following what's good for you. And accept that you will never be accepted. Accept your unacceptance. But this has been another video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment section. I highly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you know, our suffering doesn't increase. But it's no telling from how screwed up this world is. But you guys take care. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern women. Thank you.